Hi there, this is Janet Gersten-Siegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer. This is serious social media help for the independent author. The independent author is defined as a writer who does not yet have an agent. All this month, I'm doing daily prompts for NaNoWriMo. These prompts are in all sorts of interesting orders, so please feel free to mix them up, double back, skip over a few, ignore some, look at them later, whatever you like. Otherwise, I think you're going to end up with a story that's not terribly coherent. And in particular, today's prompt is extremely specific. It's a line of dialogue, and it is, quote, "That is the ugliest outfit I have ever seen," end quote. Now, this is a much more specific prompt than just like the word sky or something like that. So what does it really mean? To tell somebody this, what does it mean? And of course, this is an opinion. It's a cutting one. It is a negative one. It's not just a little sort of like I'm going to be gentle with you and criticize you in a constructive fashion. Instead, this is a very negative piece of criticism, and in fact, it might even be some bullying. But the truth is, maybe in my purview, maybe I just don't have a lot of experience, and that could be part of what's driving it. So let's break this sentence down. The really most important words in it are ugliest, outfit, I, and sort of the verb phrase have ever seen. So when we say ugliest, of course it's a superlative. So I'm saying this is the absolute worst. This is the nadir. This is the bottom of the pit. But what does ugly mean? I mean, ugly is a very, it's a subjective thing. We all have different tastes, and so my idea of what is ugly versus yours is not the same. Maybe I've got something objective going on with me. Maybe I don't see colors terribly well. Or philosophically speaking, maybe none of us see colors the same way. Maybe we've all got different perceptions. So what I'm seeing that looks like clashing, you might be seeing as things that go together. The term outfit implies probably more than one article of clothing. So it's really a question of how they're put together. So it might be a few things that are perfectly normal and wonderful on their own or in other combinations. But in this particular combination, you just sort of throw up your hands and say, I can't even, this one's not going to work for me. Using the word I, the personal pronoun, of course, makes it extremely personal. And it also tags this as being an opinion. And finally, the verb phrase at the end, have ever seen, is going along with my experience. If I'm if I'm a 10-year-old, I've got probably very different experiences from if I'm a 50-year-old. So keep that in mind when somebody tells you that. Now let's sort of flip this script a little bit. Some of this might be, like I said, it might be that there's just bad taste going on here. Maybe you look perfectly wonderful to everybody else, but I'm the one who's kind of messing up. I mean, is my opinion important? Maybe it's not. Or maybe I'm just this cutting bully and I say this to everybody and I'm just nasty all around. If that's the case, then you might as well ignore what I'm saying, right? So maybe I'm just mean. Maybe this is just something I do. Or maybe I'm denying and denigrating your culture and heritage. If you're wearing something that is specific to your culture, you're wearing, let's say, a veil or a yarmulke, so it's your religious heritage, or maybe you're wearing the colors of your native country, or even your adopted one. Maybe I'm really doing it to you if I say I don't like that stuff. So people, of course, can take this extremely personally. That's one of the reasons why this can really work as a prompt, because you can see that a person's reaction to this could really spark a story, and in particular, you can go back even further and try to figure out why a reasonable person would say this, or maybe the person turns out to not be so reasonable in the first place. And finally, this is Janet Gersten-Siegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer, because an independent writer never has to be alone. Thank you so much for listening, and good luck with NaNoWriMo. Please don't put that outfit together again.